Hi guys, Hi here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. Before I get started onto this review, I put a message up on Facebook yesterday about our dog passing away, Maya. Today's kind of like their first day without her. It's really difficult, but I really wanted to get this review out, so I'll just get right into it. So I follow a lot of different artists on YouTube and that type of thing, and every now and again I'll see one of these artists that I respect and think their artwork is fantastic. They might be using a certain product that I think, oh, you know, I think that's going to be a really good product to review. There's not an awful lot of reviews out there on that product, and some other people might want to know about it. In this case, I follow an Italian artist. I'm going to butcher his name, but it's I think it's Davide Zezza Art. Anyway, I'll have a link for his channel down below. He does things like fan art, portraitures. He does like footballers, draws footballers, that type of thing. Celebrities, actors. Amazing artist. You really must check out his work. But some of the pencils that he was using, I had never seen before, and it was this brand here, the Giotto Natura. Now, they're from the Fila Group, and if you're not too sure about the Fila Group, they own a whole range of different brand names that you will be familiar with. Brand names such as Lyra, which is the German brand name that they do, Lyra Polycolor and things like that. Prang, which is an American company. Dixon Ticonderoga, I'm sure a lot of people in America and stuff like that there will know that brand, the yellow graphite pencils everybody used to use going to school. Taylor and Rowney, they own that. Lucas, Canson and Strathmore, and a whole range of other different names as well they own. But I've seen this set, and this set here is actually an Italian set. Now, the Fila company are an Italian company, but I think this is kind of like, I'm not too sure if Fila actually make these or whether they've bought this brand name out. It's difficult to find out. Nevertheless, one of the reasons that I really wanted to try them and review them is because when I was watching the artist use them for things like getting skin tones and in particular blending, the blending ability that he was able to get with these pencils mixed in with other pencils like Prismacolor as well was phenomenal. And when I got them and I started using them, I thought, you know, for those artists that really like a soft colored pencil with bags of pigment, they're going to love this set of pencils. And so I'll show you what the reasons why. So the first thing that I want to say is it comes in this little cardboard box, which I'm not a big fan of, but for the most part, people are going to get rid of those boxes and put them in a storage or a wallet or something like that. In terms of the sets that are available, this is the other downside of it. They come in sets of 12, 24 and 36. 36 is the biggest. I think they have 4 fluorescent colours that you can purchase separately, and they have a gold and a silver that you can also purchase separately. So it comes out at 42 colours in total. So 36 classic colours is what they say. Then you've got the 4 fluorescent colours, brings it up to 40, and then the gold and the silver. Now the gold and the silver don't come in this pack or anything like that. Either does the 4 fluorescent colours. They're colours that you've got to buy separately. So when you get the 36 set, which is the largest one, you're just going to get these classic colours. Just let me move this box over to the side. Obviously I haven't got the pencils in there because when I'm doing reviews with pencils that are inside these cardboard boxes, they're a real pain to get in and out on camera, so I've already got those out. So I've done a swatch here. To see this swatch better, if you go across to the Art Gear Guide, there'll be like a still image of it, and you'll be able to scroll around it and stuff like that and see the pigments properly. But as you can see here, I've always said, for colour pencil artists especially, you know, you've got all these companies and they have these big sets like 36, 72, 48, 120, sometimes 150. I always say, if you can afford it, make sure that the smallest set you get is 36. The reason why I say that is because the majority of the colours that are in a 36 set, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 like blues, 3 or 4 greens, 3 or 4 yellows, different shades, which is going to help with your blending ability. In a 24 set, you can still do really nice things depending on the type of pencil, depending on how soft, depending on blendability, that type of thing. But with the 36 set, you're going to have more ability to blend, and your blends will be more seamless just based on the number. But I always say 36 is the very smallest that you should really go to with colour pencils. Watercolour pencils, different story, but I'll talk about that later. So as you can see here, there's a really nice selection. Yellows, there's some nice flesh colours here. There's flesh pink and peach. There's a yellow ochre here, which is really nice for flesh tones as well, this bistre or whatever it's called. Some really nice greens here, and the blues are nice, some aquas, and then the other colours on the other side. You've got a few greys there, 2 warm greys, sorry, a warm grey and a cool grey, black, a natural sienna, rosewood, which is kind of like a red brown color, violet. So the selection in this 36 set is really quite nice. But let me show you the actual pencil. Okay, so if you have a look at it, it's a really beautiful pencil actually. The wood is made from cedar wood, which means that the sharpening of these pencils is fantastic. I've not had one of them split on me or anything like that. The wood is high quality wood. As you run along the barrel here, so first of all, you can see the grain of the barrel, which I think makes the pencil look really classic. You run along the barrel, and the print along the barrel is in like a green metallic. So it can be quite difficult to see here in the light. It's certainly difficult when you're trying to photograph it. But we have here, it says Fila, which is obviously the name of the company. Then the name of the pencil here, which is Giotto Di Natura, which is and that's the kind of flavour behind these pencils, is that they're kind of like an eco pencil. So the ingredients and all the rest of it that have been used in them are recycled, that type of thing. It's all eco-friendly. It actually says on here the size of the core, which is 3.8 millimeter. But I'll get into the barrel sizes in a second. You have here the pigment name in 2 different languages. And then you have a number here which corresponds to open stock availability. Now, I personally haven't found many open stock pencils, but I'm here in the UK, so I'm guessing that in the likes of Europe, in Italy and France and that type of thing, these are easier found. I haven't been able to talk to anybody that can purchase them or anything like that. I haven't got through. I tried to contact the company, but they're really difficult to get hold of. But you can get them open stock. It's just how easy it is or not to get them. The barrel, like I say, the core is 3.8 millimeter, which is a really nice thickness, I think, of pencil. And then the barrel's just under 8 millimeters, so I think it's about 7.8 millimeter works out at the barrel. So it's a really nice pencil. There's no cap on the end, so the actual core is exposed there, which is something I'm not a big fan of, but it is what it is. But you can see there that it's relatively centered, and you can see there as well that how much pigment that you're getting in comparison to wood. So I've done a speed drawing with these pencils. Now the speed drawing was done with marker and these pencils, but I just wanted to show you what these pencils were like with marker and on really, really smooth paper. So I've done some swatching, but you will be able to see these pencils properly in the speed drawing that I've done. It was a Spider-Man drawing, and the detail that I was able to get using these pencils was fantastic. But as you can see here, so just let me zoom in. Okay, so as you can see here, along the top here, I've got one light layer. Down in the middle here, I've got 5 light layers. And then this layer down at the bottom is just one heavy application of the pigments. But this is Bristol Smooth. This is Strathmore Bristol Smooth paper. So there's no tooth on this paper whatsoever. But you can see just how much layering you can still get with this pencil. It is a wax-based pencil for what that's worth. I rather just talk about the core of pencils in terms of how hard or soft they are. But they are wax. But like I said, the pigment here is really nice, except for the black. The black is a little bit dull, but a lot of colour pencil artists prefer that type of black. They don't like it being too artificial. Now, you can also see here that I've done some blending. I've used the yellow and the blue here to get this green, and the red and the yellow to get this orange. Now, the blending with these pencils is excellent. The last time I'd done a demonstration where the blending was really good, I got accused of by one individual of faking it because it looked that good, and I can understand why that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this blue and yellow here for you live, kind of like on here, so you can get to see. All right, so I'm just going to lay down some yellow first here. But like I said, when I first seen these pencils being used, I really wanted to get them to, and just try to work out whether it was just the artist was making these pencils really good, or whether they were just really good pencils that this particular artist enjoyed using. And I'm really glad to say that they're just really good pencils that make this type of work effortless. So all I'm doing here, I'm not using any solvents or anything like that. I'm just using the actual pigment of the pencil and the pencil cores themselves to do the work of the blending. I'm not using any blending pencils or any other tools to do this. And this for me personally, this is how I tend to blend in any case, so it's just easier that way. I have tested them out on a toothier paper as well, and obviously the results are just the same, if not a little bit better, because the tooth of the paper is grabbing the hold of that pigment better. In fact, the swatch that I showed you was on a mixed media Strathmore paper, which has a lot more tooth. Now you can see that as I'm doing this blue, sorry, it's going in and out of focus there. As I'm adding this blue, the green is getting darker and darker. And there you can see there that that's a really nice green. You know, as far as colour pencils are concerned, they're really excellent for blending. So as always, I like to do a test on black paper just to show you how strong the pigments are on black paper, whether they're opaque or transparent. And also it gives me a chance to show you what the white pencil is like as well, because obviously I can't do that on the black. So I've got a yellow here. I'm just going to do like a heavy application. I'm not going to do light applications and all that. Also, the images, I will have still images of these tests over on the Art Gear Guide, so you can go across and take a proper look at them. This is a red, sorry, it's a carmine red. So this is the darker red of the reds that that come in this set. This is a sky blue. I mean, I guess they're really, really rich, creamy cores, and the pigments are just gorgeous. And again, the price of these, I'll have the price of these pencils over on the Art Gear Guide, and links to where you can purchase them on Amazon. Every now and again, a pencil comes up which is really, really inexpensive, really good quality, and it just kind of it just shows you that it is achievable to create a really good quality pencil at an affordable price. A pencil that's going to give the artist the ability to create the type of art they want. So as you can see there, that was a green. That was the lightest green that comes here as well. This is lime green, I think it is. And then the white pencil. Now, I used the white pencil quite a bit on the speed drawing that I've done, and I thought it was fantastic. A really, really nice, probably about I would say about the third or fourth best white pencil that I've ever used, and I've used a lot of white. I've tested a lot of pencils and used a lot of white pencils. So to say that it's probably about my third or fourth favorite, it's quite an achievement. So there you can see there the pigments on the black paper. Comes up really well, but like I say, I'll have a still image of this over on the Art Gear Guide. You can go across and see that. So as I was saying, they are an Italian brand. I found them really easy to get hold of here on Amazon.co.uk. I've had a look on the American Amazon and the German and the Italian. Obviously, it's easier in Europe to get hold of them. In America, you can still get hold of them. Open stock availability as well. You can get them open stock, but availability is just just depending on where you are, will depend on how easy it is to get hold of them. In terms of light fast ratings and stuff like that, I couldn't find anything at all on light fast ratings. So with that being said, if you're going to do commission work or something like that, you obviously wouldn't use these types of pencils. But for things like, you know, just creating your own art for your own sake, they work fantastic on adult colouring books. I've tried it on 2 different adult colouring books. Perfect, absolutely amazing. The blending on them is really good in those types of books as well. The pigments show up really strong. So really, really nice pencils. They're comparable to, I would say, in terms of softness, slightly harder than a Prismacolor. I know a lot of people, you know, when a lot of people are asking for a soft color pencil, that's what they hold the standard to. So it's easy sometimes. I don't like mentioning other company names when I'm doing reviews, but that's what these pencils in terms of their softness would put me in mind of. Slightly harder than that. But I really enjoyed using these pencils. I just wish that they came in a bigger set. I just wish that they maybe bumped this set up to 72, put a few more lighter shades in there. But all in all, beautiful pencils, really, really nice. Like I say, the prices are over in the Art Gear Guide. You can go across, see that. Click on any links if you want to go and buy yourself a set of them. I would say for, you know, students, people just starting out in coloured pencils, a set like this will really, really give you a good idea of what a good quality pencil is like at an affordable price. But then for other artists that are well established, such as the artist who I found watching, you know, where I found these pencils on, his art is just phenomenal, and he uses these pencils. And you know, I'll have a link for his channel down below. Definitely go across, check out his work, and you'll see for yourself just how amazing it is. I'm sure some of you that already follow me know this guy, but if you don't, go across, take a look at his work, and I think his work speaks for itself. I'll have a link for my speed drawing as well that I've done down in the description box as well. Don't forget, as I've put in this video out, it's the 16th of November 2018. I have 2 giveaways on the go at the minute. I've got a 20 set of Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle, and I also have a 40 set of Caran d'Ache Super Colour Soft I'll have links to both those giveaways in the description as well. If you want to take part in those, please do. The winner for the Cairn Museum Acrowell will be announced on the 30th of November, so you don't have very long left to get involved in that one. And the other one, the Super Colour Soft, will be announced on the 10th of December. I want to try and make sure that all these get out, and you can. It doesn't matter where you live in the world, you can enter the competitions as well. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this review, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye.